Good morning. I'm coming to you live from my vehicle today. And, on my mind this morning, for one, is gratitude that I was able to get myself out of bed this morning, the day after my birthday. So happy Capricorn birthday to me. Um, I was able to get up and I was able to go do 108 prostrations, which is something that I was previously doing, and I stopped because I got so overwhelmed with life and, just lack of sleep, really just tired all the time. And somehow, some way this morning, I was able to get up out of bed despite there was a little voice inside of me saying, "But you're still sleepy. You haven't had enough sleep. You've been waking up through the night because my two of my kids are a little under the weather right now and they're toddlers. So I've been up like getting the humidifier on, comforting them, all of that." And now I'm tired, but it's okay. Like, I was able to get up and I'm so glad that I did. I actually feel a little more energetic now that I have done the 108 prostrations, and it's such a beneficial practice. It really puts my mind in the right place. It's so beautiful. I recommend it to any and everyone. But on my mind, during and after the prayer session, 108 bows, 108 prayers, after that was completed, you know, what was on my mind was judgment and how I am not the judgmental person that I was years ago, but I still find that judgment is just like got a stronghold to some extent in me, especially when it comes to, like, I don't know, like whether, it's hard to say. It's a lot of different things. I think it's from programming, all of us are programmed at a young age, whether it be from our friends, our family, mostly our family, however, we just take on the judgment that they have of other people. And it's like a constant like fight to not have that judgment, because the biggest person that I have the judgment toward is myself. And then occasionally it might be like projected to other people, but mostly to me, and I recognize it a lot more now. And when I do see it, I'll like disagree with it, but I'm like, dang, it just keeps coming up. And I guess it's just going to. And I just wonder, does anyone else like struggle with this? Do you find that judging people is hard to let go of? And why can't we be kinder to ourselves and like not judge people? It's a daily practice of mine to intentionally try to notice when I am starting to judge a situation or starting to judge a person or starting to judge their choices or whatever, because the thing is, I don't want to be judged that way. So I want to treat people the way that I want to be treated. And no one wants to be judged. Like, we're doing the best that we can in life and we're making mistakes and we don't always know what's best and we just do what we do. And no one deserves to be judged. Like, nobody at all. It's crazy to think of it that way sometimes. Like, if you're a judgmental person, it can be like, what? Nobody deserves to be judged? But no, nope, nobody. No one deserves it, because it's just cyclical. You judge, you get judged. Someone else judges someone else. Everyone's judging. No one wants to be misunderstood. No one wants their intent to be misunderstood. Um, like I said, we're all trying our best. And then it's like, well, how do I... And what's really perplexing is when you have a judgmental person in front of you and then you judge them for their judgment. And it's like, even that is a whole other layer of judgment. Now, this person who's judgmental, I'm judging their judgmentalness. And now, what have I done? Now I've just judged the judger. What did that help? So it's important, to be mindful of who you're around, what kinds of things that they're saying and doing, and what type of beingness that they're bringing to the table. Are they being in their judgment, or are they being in their humility, in their kindness, in their acceptance of what is? And going from there, because, you know, it really can infect you when you're around a lot of judgment. All of a sudden you're judging, and, you may not necessarily want to carry that energy. And, especially me having kids, I don't want them to carry that energy. I want them to be accepting of all and understand, like, no two people are going to be the same. And it's okay. Like, if we think someone has it wrong and we really feel like, like we understand something that they don't, then there's so many humble ways to come at a situation that, we don't have to bring judgment to it. And we also have to accept that not everyone is going to hear our way. Sometimes it's only going to be their way because they're not in their security, maybe, or some other reason. And that's okay too. So just being in the most accepting level of acceptance that one can be in is just a wonderful place to be, because it's you acknowledging that really you have no control over the world. The world is just going to be what it is. There's no control to be had. You may have an influence, but you definitely don't have control. And to have an influence, one has to be willing to take your influence. And for one to be willing to take your influence, they probably have to have some security in themselves to accept a different view. So, it's just important to read the room, to read the person, to understand when when you're out of your place, and to not try to impose on anyone else your thinking. The best way that I personally have experienced myself, this just goes for me, is storytelling. For me, sometimes I find a parable of sorts. So let's say someone is holding judgment of a people or person or group of people. I may have a story that aligns directly with their belief, but it may be opposed to their belief, and it would be a true story. And through storytelling, if that doesn't change any little bit of their belief, that's fine. I don't try to impose it, but sometimes I just tell the story. There was a time that blank, blank, blank happened, and this was the result. And then it may shed, like, sometimes it opens up one's mind to hear a person's story, because a lot of times we just hear snippets, we just hear distorted views of what society actually is, especially with people we've never been around, groups of people. We may say, oh, they're this way or they're that way, but you really have to kind of get to know them and their situation and their experiences to understand why they're in the place that they're in. And that goes all around, because what I find is people are really shaped by their own personal experiences and also what they hear in their echo chamber. So you may expose that person to a different experience, not through saying, you're bad because you believe this, or you're wrong because you believe that. That's going to instantly put a wall up with a lot of people. Instead, it's just, who cares who's right or wrong? Tell a story and bring a new level of perception to the person. And if they are so gung-ho and they have to dig their heels in, fine. That's fine. Nobody's right and nobody's wrong in this world. That's the truth. it seems like some people are right and some people are wrong, but it doesn't work that way in reality, in the ultimate reality. So instead, we just accept. We accept what we cannot control and what we cannot change. And what we can influence, we influence through positive storytelling, kindness, listening. You have to listen, not just speak, because another person's experiences need empathy, need a listening ear. They need other people to understand what they've gone through, what they're going through. So that's just what I've been thinking about today, is just judgment, how it really can just be in there. That little voice, it's not even a little voice, it's a loud voice, and it's the loud voice of the past, of your growing up, the things that you've learned to judge. They come up, they say things, and you have to recognize, hopefully recognize that, I should say, you don't have to recognize it, but it would be wonderful for us to all recognize when we hear that judgmental voice come in, and just understand we don't have to actually acknowledge it. It's that we're not beholden to that voice anymore. Now it's us. Like, if we keep perpetuating the judgment, it's just us. It's not any programming. It's not anyone else. We are now taking it on. So we can ignore that voice. We can, overcome that voice by just explaining that's not the case. That's not the reality. I'm just trying to make up a reality in my mind of what I'm judging. The reality is usually a lot less clear. Now, I know I'm coming to you with a very unprofessional YouTube. Like, this is me in my car, just filming on my iPhone. No background, no filters, no makeup this morning because I just woke up and I haven't done anything. No, I haven't washed my face. I haven't done anything. Like, I need to go wash my face and at least, just do my normal stuff. I don't even necessarily need to put on makeup, but just clean my face and put on some fresh clothes and all that. Take a shower. Anyway, I just wanted to put this out there, regardless of how my YouTube looks right now. I know that I'm going to change it over time. I'm going to do the video editing and, make my YouTube a lot more professional. But for now, I just want to put messages out. And if it stays this way, it stays this way. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm at peace with whatever. And it was not easy making any videos because I had a huge fear of being seen. And I have been working on it. I've been working on my fear of being seen. And now I'm just making videos to overcome it, because I know that, people might be like, oh, look at you all crusty and tore up in the morning. That's me judging myself, thinking what people can say. But I have to do it anyway to overcome the fear of being seen, to hear everything that I could possibly hear that's negative about me potentially, or that's positive. And then from there, I can let it go. And then I'll be even more confident in myself and in doing this. So here I am, exposed to the world, literally to the entire world. That's a crazy thought. Anyway, I hope this video helps someone. Definitely look into doing the 108 bows. It's a beautiful practice. And like I said, it's a workout. If your knees are okay, I couldn't recommend it enough. Like, when you get to the end, your legs are shaking and you're in a meditative state and you just feel so at peace. But you also feel a little emotional potentially, because the prayers are so beautiful. you know? Um, yeah. So I love all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.